So we live in an era where the portrayal of female characters has become a contentious topic. It's disheartening to witness beloved franchises stumble when it comes to crafting strong and relatable women on screen. Films like Star Wars, Mulan, Charlie's Angels, and Captain Marvel have faced criticism and received poor audience reviews, with many pointing to the flawed portrayal of their lead female characters. However, amidst this sea of disappointment, there shines a diamond in the rough. A series that breathes life into the very essence of what it means to be a formidable and inspiring woman. Today, we embark on an exploration of Blue Eye Samurai, a show that in my opinion stands tall as a beacon of empowerment and delivering powerful female characters done right. To start things off, we must understand what exactly is a strong female character. However, it is no easy task to define exactly what it is, but we can set a baseline for the type of key qualities such a character should possess. For one, the character should be well developed. Also, the character should face challenges with determination and courage. They should also have flaws and vulnerabilities alongside strengths and talents. And finally, they should portray a range of emotions and experiences authentically. Notice something in particular? For our friends who couldn't figure it out, these traits are prerequisites for any good and well-written character and can be applied to all fictional characters. So it means a strong female character is simply a well-written fictional character who happens to be female. However, the landscape of mainstream Hollywood movies in recent years seem to have taken a different approach. Female characters in these films are often depicted as toxic, overbearing, man-hating figures characterized by their know-it-all and Mary Sue-like qualities. They lack meaningful character arcs, charisma, and fail to resonate with audiences. Yet, amidst this sea of misrepresentation, Blue Eye Samurai stands apart, getting it right when it comes to portraying strong female leads. In this video, we will delve into what sets Mizu, the main lead female character, apart and makes her truly exceptional and compelling. In episode 1, we are first introduced to Mizu as a cold, ruthless, arrogant, and apathetic person with a singular focus: revenge. This is backed by the gruesome acts she commits in order to get answers that will lead her to accomplishing her goal. However, what a lot of people didn't pick up on was her interaction with the poor mother and child. In the beginning, while entering the gates of Kyoto, she seems indifferent to their situation. But around the end of the episode, when she leaves the city, she looks back on the mother and child perishing in the cold and hands them the gold hair comb which she took from Taigen after defeating him. This seemingly insignificant act provides us with insight into Mizu's mental state and inner conflict. It suggests she is torn between her ardent exterior and a flicker of compassion within her. As the subsequent episodes unfold, we witness the layers of her motivations for revenge. We find out that Mizu carries a deep self-loathing, believing that her existence itself is a grave crime due to her mixed-race heritage. She internalizes the notion that she is a monster or a demon, incapable of purity, goodness, or love, despite demonstrating moments of conscience and performing acts of kindness. At her core, Mizu is like most individuals, yearns for love, acceptance, and the opportunity to do good. However, her life experiences repeatedly reinforce the belief that these aspirations are unattainable because of her mixed background. Through glimpses into her past, we gain a better understanding of her character and the reasons behind her dark path. In episode 5, we witness Mizu during the early stages of her quest. At this point, she is not the ruthless and cold samurai we have come to know. Instead, she tries to avoid trouble until, unfortunately, she is stabbed and nearly dies. It is during this episode that she discovers her supposedly deceased mother is alive. Her entire motivation for revenge was to avenge her mother who was killed because of her existence. However, now that her mother is alive, Mizu questions the purpose of her revenge. Complicating matters further, her mother insists on Mizu giving up her quest for revenge and getting married. Mizu struggles to reconcile the sacrifice of time and effort she has made, realizing it may have been in vain. Eventually, she accepts the new path life has thrown at her way, including marrying a new husband. Mizu abandoned her revenge quest, and genuinely attempted to embrace an alternative life, experiencing happiness and temporarily forgetting her bloodlust. She struggled at first, but in time, she adapted and fully embraced her femininity and let herself be happy. However, the heartbreaking betrayal by her husband and mother broke Mizu and transformed not only her, but the nature of her revenge. Convinced that her identity dooms her to a life devoid of love and consumed by despair, she internalizes her anger. Even her own mother and husband could not love her, condemning her to death despite her efforts to please and obey them. Mizu channels her anger into revenge as a means of gaining control over her life. Instead of dwelling in her own self-loathing and becoming suicidal, her revenge empowers her and gives her life greater purpose. To her, that's the only thing that can give her some form of peace and closure, by punishing those who were the original architects for her suffering. This is why she says she is not interested in happiness or money or power, just satisfaction. Because she knows as long as she is what she is, she can never be happy or be loved or find love. As the story progresses, Mizu's character evolves further, pushing everyone away and displaying little remorse for those around her. She becomes apathetic, cold, distant, and aggressive. This transformation is driven by her expectation to be treated poorly or even worse, as well as her fear of being betrayed again. In her mind, maintaining this demeanor leaves no room for weakness or vulnerabilities. She embraces the role of the monster she was perceived to be right from birth, and teeters on the brink of fully succumbing to the darkness. However, a pivotal moment occurs when her revenge is just within her reach, but then she almost gets killed. In that critical instant, her anger and thirst for revenge become irrelevant, because she is faced with the certainty of her own imminent death alone in the icy waters. Unexpectedly, it is the character she had been casting aside who comes to her rescue. Mizu gradually begins to realize that her heart is burdened with too much weight, and that her anger can only carry her so far. She recognizes that despite her strength and skill, she cannot accomplish everything alone. She acknowledges the need for a helping hand and the imperative to release the hatred poisoning her soul. This realization marks a turning point for Mizu's character. Throughout the series, Mizu makes incremental progress in her transformation. In the initial episode, she is introduced as an arrogant, selfish, and ruthless individual who cares little for the harm she inflicts in pursuit of her revenge. However, by the series' conclusion, she begins to engage in selfless acts. She prioritizes the lives and safety of others over her own selfish goals. She endeavors to thwart Fowler's takeover of Japan and saves Akemi and her family in the process. This gradual shift in Mizu's behavior showcases her growth and development as a character. It demonstrates her capacity to change. Despite her initial darkness and detachment, Mizu's journey ultimately reveals her ability to evolve into a more altruistic and empathetic individual. This type of complexity and nuance in character writing is precisely what many Hollywood female leads lack. Throughout the series, we witness Mizu's character growth as she overcomes challenges and confronts her weaknesses and vulnerabilities. Unlike invincible Mary Sue characters like Captain Marvel or Mulan, Mizu wasn't born with exceptional sword skills. She had to train hard and work tirelessly to attain the level of skill she possesses. Despite her strength, she remains vulnerable and capable of being hurt. In fact, she faces multiple situations where she comes close to death, yet she perseveres. Her growth extends beyond mere physical strength, encompassing wisdom and personal development. This exemplifies the essence of good writing. If Mizu were a male character, it would make no difference because the quality of the writing is superb. With that being said, I can't wait to see more of her character and how she continues to grow. Mizu's character growth and development exemplify the depth and complexity that can be achieved with well-written female characters. Her journey showcases her overcoming challenges, weaknesses, and vulnerabilities, which make her relatable and human. Furthermore, Mizu's vulnerability and the fact that she can be hurt adds layers of realism and depth to her character. It demonstrates that she is not impervious to pain or adversity, and it allows the audience to connect with her on a deeper level. Her resilience and determination in the face of near-death experiences highlight her strength of character and her ability to persevere. I believe it's essential to recognize that a strong female character doesn't solely rely on gender. It lies in the quality of the writing and the portrayal of the character. Mizu's strength and growth are a testament to this idea. And by focusing on creating well-rounded characters with compelling stories, regardless of their gender, I believe we can break away from stereotypes and create more authentic and engaging narratives. But at the end of the day, that's just my opinion.